It was a warm summer evening in Rogers, Arkansas, the kind of small, quiet town where everyone knows their neighbors and little ever seems out of the ordinary. But at a nearby campground, something deeply unsettling was about to unfold. Living there in a modest tent were two young parents, two 0-year-old Shalene Ehlers and two 1-year-old Darian Urban, along with their 2-month-old baby. They were barely adults themselves, struggling to make ends meet and living day to day, relying on the kindness of others and the cheap comfort of alcohol. To those who saw them, they appeared disorganized but harmless until whispers began spreading through the campground about something no one could believe at first. Several people reported overhearing the couple talking about selling their baby. At first, it seemed like a bad joke, but as the hours passed, it became clear they were serious. One witness later told police that Ehlers and Urban had offered to hand over their infant in exchange for a 6-pack of beer. When no one took the offer, they allegedly raised the price, asking for $1,000 in cash instead. The witnesses were horrified. Among them was a woman who noticed that the baby seemed unwell, pale, weak, and in desperate need of medical care. She saw that the infant's diaper area was red and raw, clearly suffering from a severe diaper rash, and that the baby had been crying non-stop. Fearing for the child's safety, she immediately contacted the authorities. When officers arrived at the campground, they found Ehlers and Urban exactly where witnesses had described the baby in their arms, visibly in distress. The couple insisted that everything was fine and claimed they were simply arranging an adoption, but investigators quickly realized that something wasn't right. Inside their tent, police found a handwritten letter, a crude document in which both parents had signed away their parental rights in exchange for $1,000. Even more disturbing, they discovered a video recording showing Ehlers and Urban signing the letter on camera, smiling and joking as they did so. The video left no room for doubt. This wasn't a legal adoption, it was a transaction. The baby was immediately taken from them and rushed to a nearby hospital, where doctors confirmed that the infant had indeed been neglected and needed urgent care. The child was placed under protective custody. Both parents were arrested and charged with multiple offenses, including endangering the welfare of a minor and attempted sale of a child. When questioned, Ehlers claimed she didn't understand the seriousness of what they were doing. Urban told police that they just needed money and thought someone else could take better care of the baby. As the story spread, the people of Rogers were outraged and heartbroken. Neighbors described the case as beyond comprehension. The campground, once a peaceful place for travelers, became a crime scene marked by disbelief and sorrow. Urban was eventually released on bail while awaiting trial, but Ehlers remains in custody. The baby, meanwhile, has been placed under state care, finally receiving the attention and safety it had been denied in its earliest days of life.